Hello and welcome to Eden Live, where I am reading all of Eden by FREI live on Facebook and on YouTube, and the recorded clips then, as you already know, if you've watched this before, will make their way onto Instagram, IGTV. We're into a new volume, into a brand new section of Eden by FREI, this concept narrative in the here and now about the where, the wherefore, and forever, as I like to call it. And I have to apologize if you watched the last episode, because there and then I promised that we would be getting into encounters now. And this is simply wrong. I had the lineup, the sequence wrong. I misremembered the sequence of volumes. The next sequence is not encounters, and encounters is a bit of an exciting one for me because it is about real life encounters. And since I am somebody who believes that everything and everyone is connected, encounters are particularly interesting to me. But we're not there yet. Encounters is volume 9 of the series, and what comes next in the sequence is in fact volume 8. And volume 8 is called Sedartis. And you will find out in a moment, if you keep listening, who and what Sedartis is. Rather than me trying to explain it, I will simply read it to you, because this is a bit the characteristic of Eden by FREI itself. And I think I mentioned this once before. It's quite difficult for me to explain what Eden by FREI is, because I was looking for a different format, for a new format. So it's not a novel, and it's not an autobiography, and it's not simply poetry, but it is all of these things combined and much more on top. And so rather than waffling about it, I'm simply going to continue with volume 8 in the series, volume 8 of the paperback and ebook published version of Eden by FREI, and this is called Sedartis. And the first chapter in Sedartis is called Sedartis. Sedartis appears out of nowhere and joins me on my train journey from Zurich to the unfortunately named Kur, making his presence felt in the empty seat next to mine as I glance out of the window. When I say Zurich, I mean a small lakeside town outside Zurich, some 10 minutes along the route, where I had boarded the train, having spent the night on the other side of the hill, with friends and colleagues, talking mainly about things I am only ever half sure I half understand, but which nevertheless never failed to feed my hunger for thought, to invigorate my imagination, and to massage my malleable mind. Where did you suddenly come from? I want to ask him, and how is it I know your name? But before I can speak, we are already in conversation. So, asks Sedartis, wouldn't you like a boat on Lake Zurich? Most certainly not, say I in reply, though the question seems scarcely to warrant one. Why not? Sedartis insists. Why, retort I, what would I with a boat on Lake Zurich? Whatever you fancy, Sedartis enthuses. Sail on the water, enjoy it, splash about in it a bit. The puppy dog wag of his voice wearies me. I enjoy water much as I enjoy women, I say in measured tones, unsure of the ground I'm suddenly skating on without consciously having made any decision to foray at all onto ice, thick or thin. From a distance, to look upon and marvel at their splendor, be it shallow or deep. I have no need to sail upon or splash about in them. Sedartis seems saddened by my lack of alacrity and produces an apple far too symbolically. He contemplates it for many a long second, and then takes a bite from it in a manner that could, though perhaps it ought not to be described most accurately as hearty. He vaguely reminds me of a character in a book I undoubtedly once would have read, but I don't remember the book or the story, not least as I'm unsure I've even done so yet, or whether this is something I am still to do. And I feel that now he's here, it would be rude of me to dismiss, blank, or reject him, or to send him away. And so, part of my onward journey, simply, unassumingly, and innocuously enough, he becomes. And that is all for today on this Easter Monday, if you do Easter, or if you don't Easter, it's still Easter Monday for those who do Easter. That's certainly the date that we're webcasting this. The next webcast goes out on Wednesday. I normally do this on a twice weekly basis. So we'll be back on again at 6 p.m. London time, which is, I think, approximately 1 p.m. New York time, 6 p.m. BST British sometime. And I hope to see you again then, when we continue in volume 8 of Eden by FREI, in Sedartis, with the next chapter, which is called Lesson. Until then, take good care, stay safe and happy and sane if you can. Love and let love, and see you very soon. Bye-bye.